So we are on day two. We are on day two. And today is going to be all about body image. But actually, we're really not going to focus that much on your body. And if you've been a client of mine or you've done trainings of mine before, the way that you actually heal your body image is actually not even about your body. It's about seeing yourself differently. It's about getting to know yourself. It's about seeing yourself as more than just the way you look, more than just your body. So I'm really excited to dive into today's call on body image. And we're going to kind of do a similar exercise in terms of journaling prompts and then putting you guys into breakout sessions. But I first want to play something for you. So this is going to be an audio. It's pretty short. I want you to pay attention to the lyrics. You can do it seated. You can have your eyes closed. You can kind of just be in a state of receiving. And I just want you to listen to what you're hearing. This is a really powerful audio. Before we get into any body image exercise, I want you guys to soak this audio training in, and then we'll dive into today's session. Okay. So I'm going to share my audio. Just get into a place. You can just be seated. If you're driving, obviously have your eyes on the road.
We all have those days where we just don't want to wake up, or even the air in the room holds you down. And there are days where you beg the universe for any hint of a sign, just something to let you know that you're even remotely close to the right path. The kind of days where you doubt who you are and where you are or where you're even going. You anxiously retrace all your steps, wondering where the hell you went wrong. And where was that place that all those lines became blurred and the rope forked like a serpent's tongue, convincing you that you didn't even know yourself from Adam? Was it there that you split off onto the wrong course? Had you taken the other road, you'd likely be in much better shape, right? Or better yet, maybe the world wouldn't have fallen apart like it has. Maybe all the right pieces would have been in all the right places. And maybe you'd have found yourself, instead of losing your hope like an old love note you kept locked inside a dust-covered box under the floorboards. Yeah, that sounds pretty good right about now. We could all use a little faith in ourselves. We deserve that, don't we? Don't we? See, don't we deserve that? Don't we deserve to open our eyes and rejoice in the mere fact that we're alive? And that we woke up here? And that we can marvel in our existence? Isn't that good enough? Or is that too much to ask for? Because I'm starting to get confused by this whole rat race. You know, where we're chasing other people's dreams and comparing the wonder of what makes us us. Can you believe that? Let me tell you, I've stared into the dark and I've watched its lonely eyes look right back at me. And I won't lie to you, they pierce the soul no less than a sharp knife on a fresh piece of flesh. And it whispers into your ears, into the silence of the night, just hoping that for a second you'll forget what it is you are. So hear me, my friends. Don't listen. It's a trap to think that you are not the infinite. It is a tragedy to believe, even for a second, that you are not the culmination of each incredible, improbable moment that led you to your existence. You heard me right. And the scars you carry, well, those are yours. So wear them with honor, like badges you've collected along your way. Place them over your heart one by one for all to see. And stand up straight. Hold your head up high. And don't you even think of wasting any more of your precious moments looking down on yourself. Wake up. You deserve that. You are human. You're alive. Wake up. You're a wildfire. Burn bright. Burn bright. Burn bright.
I wanted to start off with that powerful audio training. I know some of you guys got emotional, feeling all the feels. It's a good thing. I'm getting you guys to feel without making this daunting process. I'm so good at this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a powerful exercise with a mirror. But before we do that, I want to reiterate I pulled some of the lyrics of that song. I'm going to read it to you again. It's a trap to think that you are not the infinite. It's a tragedy to believe, even for a second, that you're not the culmination of each incredible and probable moment that led you to your existence. The scars that you carry, they are yours. So wear them with honor, like badges you've collected along the way. Place them over your heart one by one for all to see. Stand up straight, hold your head up high, and don't even think about spending any more precious moments looking down on yourself. Wake up. You deserve that. You're a human. You're alive. Wake up. You're a wildfire. Burn bright. So whatever you have gotten from that audio training, I really wanted to share that with you because the things that you have been through, the challenges, the hard times, all have shaped you to the woman that you are today. And actually, healing body image, like I said at the very beginning, healing body image is not so much about doing work around your body. It's doing this work. Can you see yourself for who you really are? Can you look at your past and say, what are all the things that I've actually been through that have shaped me to the woman that I am today? The good, the bad, the ugly, all of the accomplishments that you have experienced in your life. Can you be so freaking proud of yourself for that? The challenges, the hardships that you've experienced, can you own that? Or are you dimming your light? Or are you shaming yourself like, oh, like I'm kind of embarrassed that I had to go through this? Or can you just own it? Because all of that makes up who you are. And the more that you can recognize who you are, who Veronica is, who Catherine is, Leila, Marlene, who you actually are, all of the pieces of you, like the good times, the rough times, everything in between. It's like, this is who I am. And when you look at somebody at the gym, when you look at somebody walking off the street, it's easy to just look at the way that they look. You don't know their heart. You don't know what they've been through. That person can be going through the toughest time, and you don't see that. That person can be the most successful person. You don't see that. That person can have a heart of gold that actually she was going to the bank to deposit a check to give to charity. But you didn't see that. So when you see more in yourself, you start to see more in other people. And then you start to see what other people have to offer versus just their body. And as a result, you see yourself of like, but this is who I am. Like this is my shell. This is the outside, but you don't even know what's on the inside. I have a heart of gold. Like I've been through some hard shit in my life. And you own it. You fall deeper in love with yourself when you can recognize, yeah, that wasn't just a walk in the park. Yeah, I've been through that. Oh, yeah, and then I've been through that. And I lost this person in my life. And then I did this and I did that. And it's like, whoa, I'm strong. Wow, I'm incredible. And you start to see your light. You stop dimming parts of you, you stop hiding parts of you, and you recognize that all of those things that you've experienced in your life is why you are the way you are today, which is incredible. The tears won't stop. So, I'd love to do a powerful mirror exercise to kind of put this into practice to start seeing yourself as more than just the outer appearance and the way that you physically look. Before we dive into that though, I want to share that how you look at yourself in the mirror can be different based off of how you do it. So if you're a client of mine, we often talk about like, you know, you don't have to be mirror checking 24/7 because actually when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do? You go to your stomach, you go to your arms. Oh, this is too big. Oh, I don't like this. And you nitpick. But it's a very different experience when you look at yourself in the mirror and you look into, I like to say, like you look into your soul, like you look into your eyes, and it's like you see the little one inside of you. You see your heart. You see yourself for who you really are. It's a whole different experience. One person can look at themselves in the mirror, go straight to, I don't like my stomach. Oh my God, my arms are so big. Oh my God, that person at the gym, she looks so much better than me. Comparison, judgment. And somebody else can look at themselves in the mirror and not even look at their body. Look into like your soul, like look into your eyes of like, you've been through some stuff. Damn, you're so amazing. It's a different experience. So I want you guys to experience that today when we're looking in the mirror. Because yes, you shouldn't be spending all day looking at yourself in the mirror because that's body obsession. But I also don't want you to be afraid of the mirror. You should be able to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. You should be able to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I love you. So I want you to have a more positive relationship with the mirror as well too, because you're not looking at your body, you're looking at who you actually are. So if you guys are able to be by a mirror, if you're in the car, maybe you look into the mirror. If you're able to go to the bathroom, if you just have a mirror that you can hold up, that'd be really powerful. If you do not have a mirror where you are, you can always just look at yourself on the Zoom, like on the screen. You can do that as well too. Like you can just look at yourself, like find your face and just look at yourself. But I think it's going to be really powerful if you are able to look at yourself in the mirror. Okay, so I think we're all there. Yes. Okay, I'll give you guys a second. Now, I will say this exercise might feel a little uncomfortable, but know that you're so safe. And I always say this, but you don't grow when you're in your comfort zone. You're not here because you want to keep staying the same. Like you're here because you want to grow, you want to change, you want to evolve, you want to become the best version of yourself. So even if this exercise feels a little wonky or it's weird or it's awkward, like lean into it. Like just know that you're so safe. Okay. All right. So whenever you're ready, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror. I want you to start looking into your eyes. Look into your eyes. And just take a beautiful deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, staring into your eyes, seeing yourself for who you really are. And just notice if this feels weird, if you want to look away. Just notice if you're like, I don't like this already. Notice if you're like, I want to look down at a body part of mine. Just notice, get curious. And what I want you to do is I want you to, as you're looking at yourself in the mirror, staring into your eyes, I want you to think about all of the mean, negative things that you've said to yourself about the way that your body looks. I want you to really think about this. Bring it into your memory. What are some thoughts? What are some phrases that you've said to yourself over and over and over again? Maybe when you were 5, 6 years old, you were in high school, grade school, maybe even just last night, maybe even just this morning. I want you to think about those mean things that you've said to yourself. Just let yourself feel this feeling. Knowing that you are so safe. And I want you to intensify that feeling a little bit. What does it actually feel like to hear those thoughts, to hear those phrases that you've said to yourself? As you're looking at yourself in the eyes, how does it actually make you feel when you hear this? Thinking about the words you say to yourself that are harmful, looking at your eyes, and thinking about the little one inside of you. The little one inside of you who is hurt. She's sad every time she hears those words. She feels sad. Tuning into your heart, noticing how you're feeling, knowing that you are so safe. But just checking in on that little one, how she's feeling when she hears these phrases, these words, these comments. Now for a second, still looking at yourself, I want you to think about the mean things that other people have said to you about the way that your body looks. What are those comments? What are those phrases? What are those memories? Maybe it was your mom, maybe it was a brother, maybe it was a parent, a sibling. What are those comments that were said to you? And you're so safe. Breathing through this, deep breath in. Yeah, you're so safe. What does it actually feel like to hear those words again? How does the little one in you feel every time she hears those words? Just reflecting that that little one doesn't need more mean thoughts. She doesn't need more judgment. What she actually needs is to feel seen, to be lifted up, to say, I see you, and you are the most beautiful woman in this planet. She needs to be loved, validated, accepted for who she really is. And I want you to think about all of the mean things that you've said or even other people said and commit. I refuse to think those thoughts. Maybe even saying this out loud or in your mind, I refuse to think those thoughts. I refuse to think those thoughts. And as you're looking at yourself, what does she need to hear? I want words to just flow out of your mouth. What does she need to hear right now? What does the little one inside of you really need to hear right now that will make her smile, that will make her feel seen, that will make her feel so loved? Can you make her feel seen for a moment? Let words flow out of your mind. I'm going to give you a minute here. What does she need to hear? That's it. Beautiful. And now I want you to think about how far you've come, all of the accomplishments that you've achieved. Maybe you've birthed two beautiful kids. You got married to the love of your life. You're healing your relationship with food. You got a dream job. You've repaired a relationship in your life. I want you to take a moment to think about all the accomplishments that you've achieved. Feel them in your heart like, I did that. It was all me. I was the one who did that. Let yourself feel this joy, this sense of pride, this sense of love in your heart for who you were along this journey. So take a moment to think about all those accomplishments. That's it. You were the one who did that. Yep, you. Not her. You. You are the one. Beautiful. Let yourself be seen for all the incredible things that you've done. Because this is actually why people love you. This is why people want to be around you. This is why people are attracted to you because of who you are. So, the last piece of this exercise, I want you to say to yourself, I am, and I want you to share a word that describes who you are. I am strong. I am brave. I am resilient. What is that word that really describes who you are? What is your I am statement? I want you to say it out loud or think it in your mind. I am. What is that? And say it again. And then one final time with so much pride of like, this is who I freaking am. One last time. So good. Okay. Returning back to the Zoom call. And drop your I am statement in the chat box if you feel called. If you want to drop your I am statement in the chat box, I want to hear, what is your I am statement? I am brave. Yes, Marlene. When I think of Marlene, I think brave. Yes, brave, resilient. Ooh, resilient. Yes. I'm a badass. Okay, Diane. Yep, you know. You know. I'm resilient. I am strong. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, so good. So good. I love it. Okay. We're going to get into some breakout rooms, but before we do, we're going to just journal out 2 exercises before we break out into a really powerful breakout session. So, the first thing that you're going to write out is the most challenging thing that I have been through in my life was, and then what I'm most proud of myself is, and then you're going to list that out. So I'm going to drop that in the chat. You're going to take a second here to journal this out. What was the most challenging thing that you've been through, and what are you most proud of yourself for? Again, why do we do this? Because when you see the things that you've been through, the good and the not so good, you remind yourself that there's so much more to you than how your stomach looks, how your arms look, how your legs look. Okay. As we are wrapping that up, there's going to be one more part before we dive into the session. I want you to write down 5 to 10 words that describe who you are. Do not overthink. If this is taking you more than 2 minutes, you're overthinking. Oh, but what do I want people to know me as? No, 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 no. What's the first 5 to 10 words that come to mind when it's like, who are you? 5 to 10 words, write it down. Okay, dokie. All right. So, what we're going to do for the breakout room is if you want to share the first part, you can. You can share the most challenging thing that I've been through in my life was blank. What I'm most proud of for, what I'm most proud of myself for is blank. If you feel called. There's nothing you need to share that you don't want to share. But if you want to share, own it. Don't dim your light. Don't feel like, oh, I've been through this. Like, own it. Like, yeah, I'm so proud of myself for this. And I've been through this. And I'm so proud of myself. Like, you can own it. Okay. But the second part, you don't have to do that part if you don't want to. This is the most important part here. What you're going to do, you're going to be in groups of 2 or 3. You're going to paste the words, the 5 to 10 words that you wrote down. You're going to paste those. You're going to send them to the group. Okay. So whoever is in your group, you're going to send those words to them. And what's going to end up happening is one person. So if you're in a group of 3, if you're in a group of 2, one person is going to have the words that you wrote down. And they're going to say, I am, and they're going to say one of your words. So for example, if I was partnered with Courtney, and let's say her word was loved and kind, I am loved. And then you're going to repeat, I am loved. And then I am kind. And then you're going to repeat, I am kind. Okay. As you're doing this, I want you to look at yourself on the screen. Don't be look at yourself like, I am loved. The person says, I am kind. Then you repeat, I am kind. Okay. So you're sharing the words to your partner, or if you're in a group of 3, to share it with one person. One person will go and say, they're going to have your words. They're going to say, I am. They're going to read your word blank. And then you're going to repeat it back to yourself as you're looking at yourself on the Zoom. Okay. And then the next person will go, and then the next person will go. Okay. All righty. Again, some of you might be paired with a Academy Badass. If you are lucky enough to have one of them inside. And I'm going to open up all rooms. So click the button, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, and have fun. So let me know in the chat box how that was for you. One word, a phrase, how was that for you? Just taking time to have space to be seen. Because I like to say, like, in the real world, it's like we don't give ourselves space and time to be like, this is who I am. It's most often, this is who I'm not. I'm not like her. I don't look like her. I'm not this. I'm not as successful. I'm not that. I'm not. But what are you? Because there's something special about every single one of you guys. And again, the more you own this unapologetically, I heard one of you guys saying, like, it's been really hard for me to accept myself. The more you actually showcase, like, this is who I am. I am so loved. I am so funny. I have a big heart. I care a lot. Like, the more you can start seeing yourself in that way, the more you accept yourself, because it's like, this is who I am. Got emotional, really nice, vulnerable, but safe. Yes. And I always say that, you guys, like, these are vulnerable things, but this is like the most safest place to do this. Like, there's nowhere else. I will say that confident. There's nowhere else that you can do this. Like, this is a safe, special place that you guys are in. Felt so good. I literally experienced chills listening to others own who they are. Isn't it so? It's like, yes, you are. Like, some of you guys were saying the things, and I'm like, I actually want you to be like, no. Like, this is who I am, with like some oomph of like, this is who I am. Some of you guys are like, I am resilient. And I am strong. And I'm like, you are strong. Like, own it. So, anyways, I get a little bit too passionate. But the last thing we're going to do here is I want you to find somebody on the screen and just look into their eyes. Just find somebody on the screen. It doesn't matter who it is, just find somebody and look into their beautiful eyes. And either out loud or in your mind, as you're looking at this person, just say, I see you and you belong here. And then I want you to say, you are so special and deeply loved. You are accepted exactly for who you are. And then one more time, you belong here. Beautiful. And now with the biggest smile on your face, find yourself, find your beautiful face. Hello, face, look at yourself. And then say to yourself, I see you and you belong here. You are so special and deeply loved. You are accepted exactly for who you are. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, so good. I just see all of your faces. Leela, we're sending you so much love. Leela's face is just on my screen for some reason. Oh, Leela, we love you so much. All right, you guys. So today I wanted you to feel like it's safe for me to express who I am. It's safe for me to own who I am. It's safe for me to be me and own all parts of me. Yeah, these are actually challenging things that I've been through. This is actually what I'm most proud of. Like, I want you to own it because, like I said, if you're looking to accept yourself more, you need to own who you are. How can you accept yourself if you're not even owning who you are? You have to own all parts of yourself for then you to accept yourself. So even as you're going about your week, as you're going about your day, I don't care if you're brushing your teeth, if you're doing the laundry, if you're doing the dishes, like, I'm amazing. Like, I'm incredible. You know, I'm so smart. Like you can be folding laundry. You're like, I have such a big heart. Like, say this to yourself, replay this. Forget about all the negative thoughts, like, oh, my stomach, oh, look at my arms. Forget about that. The little one inside of you, you felt that in that exercise. The little one inside of you doesn't need to be hearing more of that mean, negative self-talk. What she actually needs is for you to lift her up. What she actually is looking for is for you to see her. You don't need other people to see you. It's nice when other people see you. I see all of you. I see all of you guys in your power. You guys are the most incredible badasses. Like, if you saw yourself the way that I see you, things would shift really quickly. But you need to start seeing yourself for who you really are. And it starts with saying these things when just in your day-to-day life. You don't have to be on a Zoom call with me. You can just start doing this in your everyday life. Now, as we wrap up, there's two things I want to share, but tomorrow for day 3, we're going to deepen a conversation on relationships. So day 1 was more of emotional eating. Today was more so seeing yourself for more than the way that you look. And then tomorrow we're going to dive into relationships. Now, drop a yes in the chat box if you are coming to the Unstoppable Badass event. Drop a yes in the chat if you are coming next weekend. Now, if you loved these exercises, if you got emotional, if you're like, whoa, this was so powerful on a Zoom call, we are going to do this in person next weekend. at the Unstoppable Badass event, and we're going like balls to the wall. Like if you thought this was powerful on a Zoom call, like just actually wait until you actually do this in person. You will transform so quickly. And I'm not just saying that, like you've experienced this firsthand. What, this is maybe an hour call. We have 2 full days together of complete transformation, deep connection. You are literally going to fly home a different person. And I say that with so much confidence because the work that I'm going to get you guys to do, you're not going to be the same. So, yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited. I'll bring the tissues, yes. But there's going to be also so many laughs and good times. So, if you've not gotten your ticket, the event's happening next weekend. So if you're like, yes, I'm longing for deep levels of connection, people who actually get me, like I want to be in the room with them, be sure to get your ticket. I sent out an email, but if not, you can message me for your ticket. The second thing that I'm going to say, if you are looking for a program to stop binge eating, if you're looking for a program where you're like, okay, I am ready to actually do this work, to heal, to stop my emotional eating, to stop my binge eating, to heal my body image. And I'm looking for a program where I can come on Zoom with you, actually get coaching with you. That is my program, Conquer. Marlene just re-signed for another 6 months. There's been 4 people that joined in the past week. This is the only program that you need to fully conquer binge eating. Now, many of you guys have already been healing your relationship with food, and you're like, things are getting better. Some of you guys have told me I'm having less urges, but I'm still thinking about my body a lot. Or I'm still not fully accepting myself for who I am. Or I can eat healthy all day, but then come the evenings, I'm just mindlessly snacking. You need to be inside of Conquer. I'm just shooting it straight on this call. I know this program will change your life. The price of Conquer is doubling at the end of this month because the transformation inside is quite literally insane. So if you're like looking for a program, you want coaching with me, this is the program to join. You're like, I'm so ready to conquer binge eating. This is the program. The price is doubling at the end of the month. So all access pass to all of my programs. You get 2 coaching calls with me on Zoom where I can actually give you personalized coaching in a small group. And you're going to conquer binge eating. Like it's pretty straightforward. So if you know you want to join that, be sure to join before the end of the month because the price is doubling at the end of this month. Okay. All right, you guys. Wow. I love these calls so much. I hope that you know how powerful you are. I hope that you know how special you are. I hope that you know that you belong here and that you can be that unstoppable badass, yet you can fully conquer binge eating. Like you can literally step into the woman that you are meant to be. There's nothing can hold you back anymore. Like you get to be her. You get to be her. And it's actually so much closer than you realize. Just 2 calls of us together, you've experienced some type of transformation. And imagine actually doing this work together in person or for the next 6 or 12 months. So I'm excited to continue diving in. We have our final 3rd call tomorrow. Come live. Come live if you're able to. If not, that's totally fine. But if you're able to come live, you're going to get the most out of the calls when you're actually on. I have something really special happening for you guys tomorrow, so be sure you're on. But thank you guys for being here. If you have any questions about next steps, please send me a DM, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Have a beautiful rest of your day, you guys, and we'll see you soon. Okay. Bye, guys.